This next full-length feature with Buster Keaton is The General from 1926, a film that many people consider to be Buster's masterpiece. It's a story set during the Civil War and based on a true incident in which some Union soldiers stole a Confederate train and steamed it north across enemy lines, destroying the railroad tracks and Confederate communication systems as it chugged along. Now, Buster doesn't play the title role like a military general, heaven forbid. The title refers to the engine of the train that's been stolen and is steaming north. When Buster Keaton decided to use that storyline as a basis for a movie, he figured the best approach would be to tell the story from the perspective of the train's engineer, rather than from the point of view of one of the Union soldiers stealing the train. Beyond that, though, Buster stuck as closely as possible to what historians say actually happened. He first toyed with shooting the film on location in Georgia and Tennessee, where the events had actually taken place, but ended up filming in Oregon, because that was the only area of the country where Buster could still find the narrow gauge rails which had been used in the 1860s. As with most of Buster's films, the company went off on location with only a loose storyline on paper, Buster improvising gags and situations as they popped into his mind during filming. And he could afford to do that because he'd already well established himself as somebody who worked best that way, and with good, solid results from it. If you don't know the genius and the work of Buster Keaton, there's no better introduction to him than right here, right now. From 1926, here's Buster Keaton involved with a locomotive nicknamed The General. The logistics involved in the making of this film were so complicated, it's amazing that Buster Keaton was ever able to pull it off. For one example, Buster insisted on shipping 17 railroad cars full of equipment from Los Angeles to Oregon to accommodate filming the movie. He hired 500 members of the Oregon National Guard to play the Union and Confederate soldiers, most of them with a simple change of uniform, playing both. And that big stunt at the end where the locomotive crashes through the bridge and into the river, as Mark Cousins mentions in part 2 of the Story of Film documentary, that was the real thing. No tricks or miniatures, and of course, computer graphics didn't exist back then. So it was that train wreck for real. No second take was possible, and thankfully wasn't needed.